Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lord's Love, Lessons, and Leading. I am Deborah Harris, and I'm so grateful to be speaking with all of you today. So grateful to get the opportunity to grow and learn in love and grace and mercy and fearlessness in the Lord and talk about the very real and very hilarious and sometimes very dreadful, only momentarily, things that happen on our journey of faith. I'm super excited to have started this channel. um Man, this has been a long time coming. Of course, I want our first like interaction together to be about God's love. um I feel like growing up in the church, God's love was seen more as like sacrifice, and was put to me more of like sacrifice and like submission and like service and the things. And I'm like, okay, cool, 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 cool. But like, we didn't really talk about like how funny God's love could be. We didn't really talk about how like the discipline of God's love could be hard, but also very caring. We didn't talk about how God's love, was like a mirror in the best of ways. And sometimes it's in the best of ways, but sometimes it's like, but it's all for our betterment. It's all for our good. I can tell you that many times experiencing God's love, I've left like, but like maybe a couple weeks later, I've been like, oh, thank you, because that really was a hot mess. And so, as we talk about God's love, I'm drawn to the ever beautiful and frequently sung by me and my peers song by Mary J. Blige. Real love, I'm searching for real love. And what's so awesome about God's love is that He loved me first. He loved us first. And so like all that searching for real love, me, whether in relationships or whether like on the job or whether with my family, whether with friends, the search, was really like at the foot of the cross. The search was really like sitting with myself, was really about just getting quiet. The search was really just about getting to know God more, and, why God created me, and, why I'm here, and what God loves so much about me. Because there's a lot of times when I've been so over myself, it didn't make no kind of sense. But God's love for me helped me to see that, yes, Deborah, you are ridiculous to the 100th degree. You're ridiculous. And sometimes I wonder, why? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you doing that to them? But you know what? I still love you. And so that's been like the greatest revelation for me regarding God's love, is that God really knew before I was a thought in my mother's womb how ridiculous I was gonna be and am. How many mistakes I was gonna make, how many trials I would face, how many times I would get myself caught up in my own mess, how many times I would reject myself, how many times I would like cut down other people of the faith and like people outside of faith or people of different faiths. God knew just how interesting I was gonna turn out, and He still said, you know what? I'm gonna give this little black girl a chance. Because there's something in her that I just can't get enough of, that I really like, that I think other people are gonna get a kick out of too. So in the comments, tell me how you have experienced God's love, and like what that's meant to you and what that's shown you. For me, God's love was an alarm clock in a lot of ways. Like not just experiencing it through my parents or through other people, through the church, but like for myself, God's love was an alarm clock, and it woke me up to who I really was. The good, the bad, the tragic, the ratchet, and the beautiful. So I love that, and I want you to know that every time we meet here at the Lord's Love, Lessons, and Leading, I could be in different scenarios. So it's always going to be comforting. Right now, I'm in my bedroom, sitting in my favorite corner, because I want us to talk like we besties. That's how I roll. I want you to get real comfortable, and so the settings could change. Like I said, this is about building community. This is about building a space that feels like home, where we can be like brutally honest with each other. We can talk about all the things, but most importantly, at the end of the day, be vessels to expand upon and to grow and to talk about and to just manifest more of God's abundant love, grace, and mercy in each other's lives. Bye.